Hello once again, gamers. Kruznik X back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. When we last left off, we finally beat what is it? I am now forgetting the name of the raid I just did. We finally finished the royal city of Rabanastre, and we finally saved Jenomis and Lexentale. But I believe there's more to it than just saving this guy. And we're gonna find out right now. We'll talk to Melina and see what happens.
Jenomis remains steep in slumber, but his breathing is steady and his fever has subsided. For now, all we can do is wait. I've sent word to Sid. I hope you don't mind.
And we're headed back to Doma. I want his outfit, like, badly. Alma, Ramza, can you ever forgive me? And you said, it was never my intention to put you to such trouble. I am ever in your debt. You would have done the same for me, Jenomis. Besides, it was Chris here who went to all the trouble. If anyone deserves your thanks, it's him. Right. I have done naught to deserve your kindness, yet I am its beneficiary nonetheless. Yay, happy ending! Now, there's more to it than this. So if I understand correctly, you're saying Orsight does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an icon, as was assumed to be the case with Ysayle and the Archbishop, but rather absorbs the host ether, its very soul, and somehow transforms it before returning it to the host's body. If that is the case, our Sharlayan allies will need to be informed immediately. But I suppose the real question here is, did you find what you came looking for? The legend would have us believe that Delita Heral, the commoner, would be king, was the sole hero of the Zodiac Brave story. But as I have discovered, there was another. Two others, in fact. Siblings whose roles faded from subsequent retellings of the story. A brother and sister by the names of Ramza and Alma. Then,
to prepare for this assignment, I pored over every published work on the Evolution legend I could lay my hands on, and nowhere did I find any mention of these siblings.
Sid don't have a clue either, but I did. I uncovered irrefutable evidence that Delita had a close companion named Ramza, who aided him in his rise to power. This in turn led me to Alma, and that I might never lose sight of the truth, I named my own children after these lost players. I'm sorry I never told you any of this, Sid, but you must believe me. Ivalice has never been a mere pastime of mine. It is, and forever will be, my calling. My purpose. My family's purpose. Go on. The world knows me as Jenomis Sen Lexentale, yet that is but my stage name. My true name is Arazlam. Arazlam Durai. Countless generations past, it was my ancestor who penned the Durai Papers, an account of Ivalice and the War of the Lions that details what truly occurred during that turbulent era.
You are tired, father. Rest. I will continue. Long ago, an orphan by the name of Oran Dorai crossed paths with both Ramza and Delita. After Delita's rise to power, Oran found himself in the service of the pauper become king. Following the War of the Lions, Oran believed that people of Ivalice had a right to know the truth of Ramza's involvement and set about documenting his deeds. When the church learned of his intent, however, they branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. The Durai Papers were never published, and any existing copies were gathered and sealed away in church vaults. The truth about Ivalice along with them. What was so damning that it would drive the church to do such a thing? The answer to that question can be found in this book, the only surviving transcript of my ancestors' chronicle, copied from an early draft and passed down for untold generations. With this, my father and I plan to reveal the truth and restore honor to my family name. Forbidden Chronicles? A secret family legacy? Not that I doubt you, Jenomis, but how do you expect to convince people of all this when well nigh every soul in the realm believes Ivalice to be nothing but a bedtime story? By proving it is anything but. When people see that Ivalice was real, the rest will fall into place. Were it as simple as bringing forth the chronicle and submitting it for review, we would of course have done so long ago. But alas, it is not. The Durai Papers, you see, are written in High Evolution, an ancient tongue long extinct. My father, his father, and his father before him labored tirelessly to decipher this tome, but for want of other sources made only fitful progress. A word here, a phrase there. It wasn't until a recent expedition to Rabanastre turned up several well-preserved artifacts that we were able to translate a small portion of the papers. From the diary stolen by the Banga bounty hunters.
I'm afraid so. Everything we had learned of the language was contained in those pages.
Then we're back to where we started. Not necessarily. We still have the transcript, as well as some few translated passages. And, of course, my father's impeccable memory.
I have come too far to allow so simple a setback to deter me from my purpose. I will show the world the truth if it's the last thing I do.
It is as Master Gollum said. He is a man obsessed, and I fear Ivalice's grip on him will only grow tighter. Father was fortunate to escape Rabanastre with his life, and already he speaks of continuing his quest. Promise me you'll keep him safe. Please.
I'm going to have to. Whoa!
After what I've seen here, I am all but convinced that Evilise exists, at least in some form. The problem with gathering will be gathering sufficient evidence to convince the thousands of scholars and historians who have based their careers on the presumption that it doesn't. Not that I've ever been one to shy from a challenge, especially when it means the story of the century. If you're in, Chris, then I'm in. If you're not in, well, I'm still in. Either way, you'll be hearing from me again soon. That much I promise you.
And with that, we've finally finished this crap. We'll be seeing more of this storyline in future patches. But until then, that's it for this episode of Kruznik's Purgatory. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show. When we return next time, we'll be continuing the Path Up quest line and doing pretty much what we want. We'll have maybe a couple of special episodes beforehand to show some of the new features in this most recent patch. But until then, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Click here to watch more videos by me. Click here to watch the next episode, and click here to watch the previous one. Until then, Kruznik X, signing out.